American Sign Language is a language, and there are times when people presume that cueing must not be appropriate for deaf children because cueing is not a language. And that statement is true. Cueing is not a language. Um, However, that statement isn't um, um, doesn't really clearly capture what cueing is. American Sign Language is a language that resides in one's mind, and the way that you transmit it and receive it is through the modality of signing. Um, Cueing can't be compared to American Sign Language because cueing is simply a modality. Cueing could be compared to signing or speaking. Signing is not a language. You have to be very careful when you say this. American Sign Language is a language, but signing is not. Speaking is not a language, but spoken English is a language. So we have to remember that when we talk about modality, we're talking about the way that we physically transmit the language. Cueing is simply a way to physically transmit what historically has been a spoken language. So for cuers, they're using cueing to represent a language like English or Italian or French or Russian. So they still have a language that resides in their mind, but the way they physically transmit it is through cueing, which allows the language, which was historically spoken and sent through an acoustic channel, to be sent manually and become a visual language. And that obviously has certain advantages for people who are deaf or hard of hearing. So be careful of comparisons between American Sign Language and cueing. They cannot be compared. You can compare American Sign Language to cued English, which tells you the modality, cued, and the language English, or to spoken English, which tells you the modality, speech, and the language, English. This concept is extremely important for future clinicians. And one of the things I really love about this module is that it really helps us to clarify the difference between language and modality, and also how language and modality interact and have an effect on one another.